Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I'm honored and excited to have this gentleman on. He's a returning guest. He is Judge Andrew Bain, who is running for election. He's running for that position. He's going to give us the 411 on his background, his journey, and talk about the upcoming election, which is literally right around the corner. So welcome back, Judge Bain. You're not in person today, but we're not shoulder to shoulder this time.
We're not trying to squeeze into the
We are
camera
not like,
together.
So before we went live, we talked about you're going to share some of your origin story again. I think it's important for people to kind of know where you're coming from, how you got to the position you're at, and then we can talk about what's coming up for the election.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, I'm Judge Andrew Bain. I'm your Orange County judge sitting in Group 2 on your ballot. So we're on the back side of your ballot. So if you get your ballot, you got to turn it around to see all these nonpartisan people on the back side of your ballot. But I'm one of those people that are on your ballot right now if you have an absentee ballot. Or on Monday, if you plan to go early vote, starting August 8th, I'll be on that ballot all the way through Election Day on August 23rd. I'm a Florida-born boy. I've been here my whole life. My family's been here mostly for almost close to 200 years at this point. I'm from South Florida, and just like the rest of my family, I kind of migrated north instead of south, and came here to Central Florida back in around 2009, 2010, when I started law school at Florida A&M College of Law, where I received my law degree. I was a prosecutor for about 7 years, and then I got a request by some other judges to start applying to be a judge. So I took their good, wise order from the court to start applying to be a judge. And I haven't turned back. I've loved serving you all for the last 2 years. Even though I think I'm on career number probably 3 at this point. I was a professional football player at one point. I was in finance.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know you were a professional football player.
Yeah. So I played a little bit in New York Giants, and then I was in finance for Merrill Lynch for a little while. Then I worked as a assistant, basically as a paralegal for a while before I started law school. So
you've done it all.
Yeah, I've been all over the place, and I'm a father of 2 exciting baby girls. My wife tells me how to call them my daughters.
I still call my baby girls. I do.
Yeah. So I'm a girl dad of a 6 and a 4-year-old now, and amazing. They are exciting, a lot of fun, beautiful souls. My wife is the owner of a small business, so we are a small business household with me as the government man and her as the entrepreneur, but we make it all work.
Make it work.
Make it work. 15 years of making it work.
So congratulations. That's a long time. Yeah. Tell me about, before we went live, we talked about what a judge does. And I was telling you how my perception when I talk to people is they really have absolutely no idea what most of the positions that they're voting for do. So tell us a little bit about what in your area, what a judge does, what it's over, how it impacts the community, because it does.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, well, I guess I got to start with a little bit about what a judge doesn't do, because I think that also helps in a lot of ways. Because a lot of people come from some people come from other countries, other cultures, civil backgrounds, and they think that judges are there to be the defender of them. But in our system, judges are there to do exactly what the word says, to judge, to make decisions based on the evidence and the law that's presented to the judge. So it's a slightly different process. What judges are able to do, which I am a big proponent of, because in a county court, which is if you were to enter a county court at any day, a courtroom in any day, the most likelihood you'll be standing in front of a county court judge, because we are the judges that see the most self-represented litigants or people that represent themselves. So we try to communicate to them what the law is, so they can understand where they stand in their case, and so they can now make a good decision about what they want to do. Yes. So we in this county court handle misdemeanor criminal cases, We handle traffic cases. So if you get a speeding ticket, we will be the judges that you will see for that. And we also do civil cases and landlord tenant. So that's a
Wow.
big part of what we do. So if you're suing somebody, like on Judge Joe Brown or Judge Mathis or People's Court, we do those kind of cases as well. So if you have one of those kind of cases, you can bring it to the county court, and a judge will be there to help you, to assist you in that case. And that's really what we do. And I love it because I get to interact with the public. I get to do what my other passion is to teach people about the law. I also teach at Florida A&M, my alma mater. I teach there as well. I'm probably going to miss this semester. I'll be back in the spring teaching professional responsibility, which is ethics for lawyers. So I teach them that, the growth off that stigma that, lawyers are just there to take all your money, and to do our profession with pride and to do it ethically. So people can't say that about us because we are doing our job in an ethical, clean way.
I think that when people they get confused by the different types of judges, the different courts they're over, when you talk to someone about the ballot itself, most people do a lot of people do the Christmas tree. They just don't do the research. So that's why I love having candidates on, people running for election, running for reelection, because it's just so important for people to take a look. And so you can find more about Judge Bain on judgebain.com, and that's scrolling across the bottom. So tell us about the upcoming election. It's August 23rd, and I think a lot of people don't even know that. I vote by mail, so I got my ballot and got it in. But to be honest, if I wasn't doing shows with political candidates, I might not know the August 23rd date either. It's so funny how we do not know or pay attention to that. And I think sometimes it's also confusing because is it November? Is it August? Is it primary? Is it like what is going on? And so this one is actually the election, correct?
Correct. So if you're a nonpartisan candidate, so if you are not running on a political ballot as a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, or any other party that you have affiliated with, and you're running as a nonpartisan candidate. So people that are nonpartisan candidates, judges, mayors. So the Orange County mayor race is a nonpartisan race. School board races are nonpartisan races. All those kind of races are nonpartisan. So it's, I think, imperative in the idea behind a nonpartisan race is that the race remain nonpartisan, because it is truly about the person that is in the role to do the job. Because judges, by their definition, cannot involve their political beliefs in any type of case. You don't want that to happen to you. You don't want a judge to involve his or her political beliefs into your case. You want them to be fair. You want them to judge your case fairly. You want them to treat you with respect. You want them to listen to you. And you want them to be able to rule in a way that you understand and in a way that you're able to communicate with people. So a big thing about communicating with people is that you have to go out and actually talk to different types of people. That is a prerequisite of the job. If you stay behind the walls of the courthouse and don't engage in the community, it's going to be really hard for you to understand what's going on. In the Asian American, Pacific Islander community, from the Hispanic community to the African American community, and inside those communities, there are also sub communities. So you have the Caribbean community, you have people from in the Asian Pacific Islander community. You have varying different places, people from different places, from Vietnam to Thailand to China, Japan, Korea. All these places are different places. They have different people. They have different cultures and customs. And you should be out there connecting yourself with those people so you understand the cases that are being brought before you and the struggles that those people are sometimes encountering. And if it's in your power to do so as a judge, you should be there to try to help them understand the process. Usually language is a big problem in our court system. If you, in criminal cases, we have to provide you with an interpreter. So if you speak a different language, we have to provide you with an interpreter. But in civil cases, I find myself as I sit on the civil bench right now, with a lot of times people from different countries, their natural language is not English, and their first language is not English, and maybe not even their second or third language. It's a struggle for them, and they have to bring somebody to help them interpret. And sometimes that person may not be the most fluent in English as well, so it doesn't help. Sometimes this really doesn't help the process. But we try to make it fair. We try to, give it as much grace and patience as we can give it, so we can try to make sure the person understands what's going on when they showed up to court that day.
And I think I feel like what you're describing is exactly what you would want to be in front of if you've ever been to court. Being in that situation is already, first of all, you're already stressed out one way or another. And then it's intimidating to walk into the courtroom. Most people, we don't know the law like you know the law. Right. And so to have somebody who is truly impartial and truly education oriented and really wanting to make the best decision based on the law and based on the case is a beautiful thing, because that's what you want. Because otherwise you're basically walking in there probably shaking in your boots. The judge, you are up on that bench, you are higher up, you got bailiff around you. I mean, it's just like Judge Judy and all of that. It's but it's serious. Not that that's not, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And so it is very intimidating. And so to know that there are judges that want the education, want you to understand what's going on, that's a beautiful thing. So I'm glad you shared that. Tell us about what the toughest thing about your job is. I'd be afraid, which is why I would never probably be a judge. I'd be like, oh, hell no. Like, I know you have to have all these thoughts to go through, but it must be very tough to divvy out whatever you're going to give out, whatever decision you're going to make. So tell us what the toughest part is.
Right now we have a serious uptick in evictions. The number of evictions right now are at a record high for our county. We are aware of this at the courthouse, but it's just, kicking people out of their houses is not a fun experience. Sometimes I know they didn't pay the rent. I know that those things didn't happen. I know they may have gotten sick or had to go take care of somebody else that got sick. But the law doesn't really give me a lot of wiggle room when it comes to landlord-tenant cases. Right. So I tell everybody that if you get a landlord-tenant eviction notice, please read the notice in its entirety. Don't stop at step 1. You got to go to step 2, 3, and 4. You have to do everything the notice says for you to have a chance, for you to have a hearing with me. Because sometimes if you don't do what the notice says, you don't even get a hearing to see the judge. And we have to execute orders on an expedited basis because that's what the law requires us to do. And if you're struggling, you can always contact our Florida. We also have Orange County Rental Assistance still has money. But if you go to Orange County Rental Assistance, you need to go to the location. Don't call them on the phone. Go there. Meet with somebody. Because if you try to call them on the phone, you're probably going to get a runaround. Right. So go and talk to them. And so you can, possibly get an opportunity to either stave off your eviction or find you another place to move to before the sheriff's office has to come remove you from the property, which is a very unpleasant experience that I've had to witness with one of my clients when I was a certified legal intern when I was doing defense for a landlord tenant. So you don't want the sheriff's office to come put all your stuff on the side of the street. It's a whole thing. It's nothing mortifying. Or is mortifying for all your personal belongings. Everything is just kind of shoved out the door. So it's not a fun thing.
I know it's epic. Well, we talk about the rent issues and all of the things that are going on locally here. And so I would imagine that's got to be an epidemic that you wish would get resolved or have less of, because those people have to have somewhere to go. And so it's just, but I know that you have to follow the law. And so it's just pretty clear. So thank you for sharing that, because that also gives a heart to what you do. just because you're laying down the law doesn't mean you don't have a heart and that you don't feel compassion for people, but you are bound by your oath and you have to follow the letter of the law. So thank you for sharing that. I think it's important. All right. So August 23rd's election, what's the best way for them to find out more about you, get to know you so that they make that choice on the ballot?
Well, I may have been in some of your mailboxes already. That may have happened. But if you want to do it digitally, you can go to judgebain.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Keep Judge Bain. You can go to Facebook, Keep Judge Bain. All those locations, you'll find out all the things we're doing. We're actually having a meet and greet in Lake Nona tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Lime Fresh and Mexican. And we're going to have a good time and, go out there and meet the people, man. That's really what I love to do. I love to step outside of wearing the black robe and going out and seeing the people and seeing, what their concerns are and, see things that we could do better at the courthouse to make their lives a little easier.
Great. Well, excellent. So judgebain.com, August 23rd is the vote, guys. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Learn about your candidates. Learn about what they do. Get to know them and make a choice that isn't the Christmas tree option like you used to try to pass your multiple choice tests in school. So y'all get out and vote. Judge Bain, thank you so much for being back on the show. I love your energy and I love your passion for what you do. We need more people in public service that take that same approach. So thank you. Appreciate it so much. Judge Andrew Bain. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Please get out and vote. Everybody have a great day.